Oh, more video. Not much else to do at the moment. Evenings are still kind of quiet. So, well, I don't really expect them to be too busy. Unless I, meet some people to hang out with that are actually in this town, and this town's pretty small. So, yeah. So, interesting things at the moment. What's for dinner? So we're big on cabbage today. With lots of cabbage and miso. The miso here is actually, this is really tasty stuff usually. There's a different brand than I think I've had before, seeing as this is the first time I've officially bought my own miso. And some tomatoes with some pepper and salt on them so far. I'm going to be making gyoza here in a minute, which I remember pretty well, but last time they didn't turn out as well as when we made them in class, so I think that's partly because they're store-bought. Anyways, other interesting things. Well, nothing interesting here in the kitchen, really. I have bought several new pairs of shoes. For every school, I needed a set of indoor shoes. Even though a lot of the teachers wear their shoes indoors and then wander out of the school for whatever reason, or wander between sections of the school that are not on the raised platforms, or not the raised sections that you're supposed to wear, you're supposed to not wear your outside shoes on, they wander in those places anyways. And in the bathroom too, which I find funny. There's that special set of bathroom sandals in there, or a couple sets, and you'd be the strange American, committing a mild offense and something that someone would help correct you on if you didn't use the bathroom sandals. Most of the teachers at the schools, as far as I can tell, well, at Kokkawa Junior High at least, they don't use them. So, yeah. But anyway, so I bought 3 new pairs of really, really cheap shoes for indoors. Actually 2 sandals, 1 pair of shoes. And then I had to buy another pair for the gym, because the gym is even more sacred. You don't want any dirt in the gym, because it'll scratch up the floor. I haven't actually had to use that. I bought it for the sports festival in case we got rained out and had to go inside. So, well, it was more buying things. I bought an iron recently. I have an iron. It's very nice. It's an iron. It's a pretty normal iron. Also, I bought myself a bike. This is my bike. I know it looks funny at the moment because it's folded in half. This right here, this is a big joint that lets it fold in half, and the handlebars fold down too. So it's pretty easy to carry on a train. I actually bought it in Wakayama City, rode it around a bit, and then got on the train with it. And since then I've been riding around town. Because this one actually has gears, I can make it up the hill, which really impressed some of the students today. Granted, they were 8-year-olds, but they were all walking their bikes up the hill, and they had passed me long before. And when I went flying up, went flying down the first hill, and then you start to come up the second, you usually get about halfway up, and you have to get off. I was actually able to use the gears and climb the rest of the way up the hill. I don't think they realized that I had the advantage of gears. So. But, yeah. That's about it. Oh yeah, I guess I do have another sports festival coming up. It's really interesting the way they get you to come to the sports festivals. The second one's been a little more interesting than the first. With the first, they said, well, actually, the first was a little more, in some ways I almost want to say manipulative. Because I had a 3-day weekend to begin with. And because of their sports festival, they weren't having school on Tuesday. So they asked me would I come to the sports festival, which was Sunday. That meant that it was in the middle of what was my 3-day weekend. Well, then they said, well, if you come, you get Tuesday off. As well as if you do this, then you get that. Really, I would have gotten Tuesday off anyways because they didn't have school. So the choice was have a day off and then a 2-day weekend on Monday and Tuesday, or have a 4-day weekend. But in some ways, I did have fun going. But it seems like they're doing the same thing again at a different school now, at the elementary school. They asked me if I want to come to their sports festival. And it's not just asking, it's really asking and you're expected to go. So when that happens, that sports festival is coming up at the beginning of October. So I'll actually have, it's October 1st, which is a Sunday. So Friday, I could come to school, they actually get Monday off for it, but Monday I'm at the junior high, so I won't get Monday off for it. So instead, they offered to give me Friday off. Well, really, if I came to school on Friday, all I could do was watch them practice for some of the things that they were going to do during the sports festival. So there would be no classes for me then. So in some ways, I'm getting a day off because they want me to, and it's just changing where my weekend is. So I may still spend the weekend someplace else, I'm not sure yet. But we'll see. Oh yeah, I got a haircut. They did a reasonable job. Still feel weird getting a good clean shave, and you know, you get a good clean shave, and then they shave right between your eyebrows. Something I didn't quite expect, but you know, refreshing, interesting. Yeah, I do like the straight razor though. It's nice. Yeah. So I'm gonna get back to having dinner and tell you about more later. If something happens. So it's Sunday morning, about 8 a.m. and today we were supposed to have a sports festival, another undokai. This time for Gokawa Elementary. And just got the phone call that says that we're not having it today. You know, I knew it was kind of sprinkling when I got up this morning. And now it's turned into that driving mist that you can't see with the camera. You can hardly see with the naked eye. But if you look that way, there should be a mountain over there. And there's so much rain falling that you can't see it. The mountain should go right up to about here on the telephone pole. So for that reason, it's been rained out. And they're going to have a separate undokai, another one on Tuesday. Kind of to make up for this one. The problem with that is, Tuesday I'm going to be up in Tomoguchi, so I won't be around for it. It kind of sucks. I guess it's kind of fair that they were giving me Friday off to go, so that I would come to the sports festival, and then Friday I ended up having to go judge a writing competition for the second half of the day anyways. It was basically the same. If I had known it was all like this, I could have left Friday afternoon and gone someplace, done something, made bigger plans. It's kind of good to stay in town now. Anyways, not sure what I'm doing for the morning. Looks like I'm going to be making soap this afternoon. So, more adventures in that way. Okay, still overcast. We did make soap. Got my soap right here in this empty milk container. Made soap at Furusato Center. Senta, Japanese style. Making soap was not that creative. It was mix the caustic stuff that was basically lye and water and shake it up a bit, and mix in oil and shake it for 15 minutes, then pour it in the container. It would have been nice if we added some flavors, some colors, something. And then we had a 15-minute discussion on recycling and the contents of the planet and how trash is dealt with in different countries. I really was not ready for that question in Japanese. I had no response, partly because I don't have the vocabulary for it. But anyways, walking home from the center, which is just down the road there, and just thought you should check this out. These are kiwi trees. These are all kiwis, and these, there, it's a kiwi field, and then it's got this, you can see underneath here, these are all kiwi plants, all hanging down, just hundreds and hundreds of kiwis under here. I had no idea these were here. I see lots of other fruit trees around, but haven't seen kiwis till now. Also, it's persimmon season now, so there's a place on my way home where I can pick up probably a dozen of them for about $2. So I might do that, even though I already have a whole ton of fruit. So, okay, enough for now.